Alright, so we just created a praesidium, Our Lady Health of the Sick. These are details. Next, we want to create a meeting, right? So we just created a praesidium. Of course, we want to record meetings. So here we have the new meetings. So here we have a form for creating a meeting. So for Our Lady Health of the Sick, the date. So the date we're going to pick will be for meeting number one. Meeting number one took place March 17th. So that's the date. Meeting number one. Number of present. There were 9 members present. We had the president, vice president, secretary, and there was no treasurer. Then officers of the courier. We hadn't attended a courier meeting yet. We're fresh officers. The finances. Right. So the finances is broken into 3 sections: the account statement, the expenses, and the account announcement. So these two happen somewhere at the beginning of the meeting before the works are reported, and then this work takes place afterwards. So here, amount carried forward will be 0 naira for meeting number one, SBC 0, balance 0, expenses. No, nothing on that remittance. So the expenses are broken into 5 categories. Sorry, 6: remittance, extension, stationery, altar, and the spiritual bouquet. So then you have the others. So anything other than whatever falls into these categories, whether it's remittance to the courier, extension that's helping out your junior or intermediate procedure, stationery that's anything, any writing material, altar, and spiritual bouquet. If you have any other purpose for which you spend money, you put in the purpose here and then the value down here. But since this is meeting number one, all our expenses will be 0. And the account statement announcement, SBC for that meeting was 500 naira. Collections. So if your praesidium carries out a collection separate from the SBC, perhaps a second collection or a welfare collection, or perhaps even a third, I don't know, you would be able to record it here. Works. Right. So works is one of the main reasons we have meetings at all is for works. So currently we have no works to track, so we have to create a list of works that are going to be tracked at every meeting by going to our work list section. So here we have the work list section. So here we have a list of works already pre-written that you can select from. So home visitation, card contact, seeking the church, cleaning the grotto, hospital visitation, catechism instruction, care for children at mass, care for the junior praesidium, care for the aged, visiting the blessed sacrament. So you just select the metrics that you intend to track under each work, and then that would go to your work list for recording at each meeting, and then ultimately it would also go to your report. So for home visitation, my praesidium carries out home visitation, card contact. So let's select number of homes, number of active Catholics, number of inactive Catholics, separated brethren, Muslims, catechumen, perhaps, number of unknowns, yes. Crowd contact, number of Catholics, inactive Catholics, separated brethren, Muslims, catechumen, unknowns. So you could select this, you could not select it. If you don't select it, it won't show up for when you're recording your work, or it won't even show up in your report. Seeking the church, so this is an inactive work, so there are no metrics to track. So all we have is either to include the work or not include the work. So I will not be including this work. We don't do cleaning of the grotto in my praesidium. Hospital visitation, we don't do hospital visitation, but if you did hospital visitation, you just select whatever metrics you intend to track. Catechism instruction, care for children at mass, number of children, number of catechumen, number of children, junior praesidium, care for the aged, visiting the blessed sacrament. Yes. So these are the works that you could select from here. So I click edit. Now, we do praying the rosary as a work with my praesidium, but that work is not listed out here. Certainly there will be works that perhaps your Presidium carries out that are not listed here. So you would have to go to this section here, this option, new work, in order to create that work. So we do primrose. So is it an active work? Yes, actually no, it is not an active work. But if it were an actual active work, you would select. Let's say it was an active work. Let's say you did prison visitation, active work, and then you select number of active cat. Would there be active Catholics in prison? Um, yeah, let's say active cat. Would there be active cat? I don't know. Anyways, so let's say number of Catholics is what you measure on hospital visitation. You measure number of Catholics, you measure number of separated brethren, you measure number of Muslims, and then unknowns. Okay, so these are what you measure, the metrics that you track on this work. So you would save this, and then it will be added to your work list. So in your work list here now, you have these metrics that you tracked. Sorry, sometimes this. Okay, so here's prison visitation. Then you save this. Let's refresh to make sure that this thing does not remove any of our works. Right, so our work list is now done, so we can create a meeting. So this is with 0, 0, this was 500. Then here are our works. So we can now track our works. So whether it was assigned or not assigned, if it was assigned but it wasn't done, then it was undone. But if you do assign, if you do click done, then it was assigned and it was done. So you can either select both to show that it was done and assigned, or select done to show that it was done and also assigned. But if you select assigned but not done, it was assigned but not done, therefore it was undone. So it will be done if you click this, it will be undone if only this was clicked. Well, neither was clicked, then it wasn't assigned and it wasn't done. So this was assigned and this was done. We met 5 active Catholics, 1 separated brethren. We visited 2 homes. Crowd contact was done with 20 inactive Catholics. Cateching instruction done. Actually, what am I saying? This is our first meeting, so we couldn't have done any work. Right, so we will create the meeting. So you can add any notes for that particular meeting. Maybe member of the courier was present, or whatever. Perhaps if you want to include your general here, you could do it here. So we've done that. We've created our new meeting. Congratulations, this is our first meeting. Next, so then it moves to edit your meeting. So after you create it, you edit it. So it's now a created meeting. If we come down to our meetings, you will see that meeting number 1 held on Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Okay.